Hello there. Um, yeah, finally, I think it's the fifth part of my Nepali language series, and I have no idea what I'm going to do today. I just feel, for the beginning, have this strong desire to share with you just a little bit about my passion for language in general, and particularly the Nepali language. And yeah, I love languages. I think I said that earlier. How could I not have said it? Um, yeah, I love about language. I love both. I love its logic, its logical, its structure, the way a language is like this huge complex system that interlinks with each other and creates meaning and connotations and like creates so much stuff out of logic. Like I love this interlinking between logic, structure and meaning and vibration, like the vibration a certain language has, a certain sentence, a word, a sound has. And that's the one part that I love so much about it. And the other part that I really love about language is like language is something that we humans have created throughout our most recent history. And I love perceiving, understanding, and sensing a language really as a dynamic, living thing, a living kind of even being, you know, where so many individuals gather together and they continuously create and recreate and transform this beautiful structure that is a language. And I like, for example, I'm the biggest fan of what people would call, what would they call it? Like when you know, like slang language, for example, or when like in German, or it happens in Nepali just the same. You use a lot of English words, and a lot of people in Germany hate this. A lot of, especially the older generation, they hate it because they feel like it's destroying the proper language, or whatever they perceive as proper. And for me, it's just, this is what it makes so beautiful, you know, this constant changing and the different dimensions of language that exist side by side at a given point. That's, I love it. And for me, Nepali really is, I have never found any other language. Okay, I haven't studied so many, or I didn't, well, I kind of, at least from the sound, yeah, I know quite some language. I'm confident to say that. And Nepali is really the one that has this, a very specific vibration. Not every speaker has it. Not every mother native speaker has this vibration that I love so much. But some who speak Nepali, and I'm like, it's like I'm melting. It's the adjective that describes it best for myself is really sweet. It has a certain sweetness, and it's for me, it's quite paradoxic, because if I really look at my personal experiences in Nepal, I cannot really pinpoint to a specific experience with specific people where I'd say they are sweet. Okay, there might be few, but there's the majority of experiences. I am not the greatest fan of Nepali approach to a lot of things. You know, the Nepali approach to relationships, to money, to a lot of, say, physical experiences that really don't work with my sense of integrity as a person. But still, and I have this phenomenon, this absolute passion, love, excitement about the language and about speaking and hearing and listening and studying the language since I started it 10 years ago. and since 10 years ago, I have had this question, how can that be? Like trying to grasp in the physicalness of the language, in the physical experience, my experiences, where can I find the sweetness? I find it, the place where I find it most is the Nepali folk song, Lok Dohori. There it's most plastic, most tangible, what this kind of sense of sweetness, and that's where I have to stop, because the words are not there yet. It's still in the becoming, and it might be in the becoming all my life. But I find this so fascinating, and it's really like it's really like someone who speaks Nepali in a certain way. I'm really attracted to that. You know, I really, really like it. I really like it. It's amazing. It's like hearing spoken Nepali, this certain sweet style after a long time. It's like refreshing, so refreshing. It's like, oh, I missed that. Now it's back. Okay, that's long about the passion for Nepal. So I don't want to do so much today, do a little bit. I thought I might find something useful in this book, but it's actually it's too much for me. It's Ramro Rachna Mito Nepali, and it's really like about a lot of aspects of the Nepali language, about not just grammar, but really about semantics and these kind of things, and syntax. And yeah, I love it, but it's nothing that really, really makes me passionate. And therefore, what are we going to do today? Yeah, it's not going to be really helpful, but as I already mentioned, look git, look dohori git. Look is this Nepali word for which means folk, basically, but with quite different connotations than it has in the West. I mean, you have to have this kind of awareness if you really use languages from so different cultural backgrounds. Yeah, of course you can translate words, but you always, if you really want to grasp a word, you have to understand the cultural context. Okay, but anyways, look, and the dohori is also I don't know if it's synonymous or if it refers to a particular. I think dohori is more particular and lok is more general. Dohori might be a regional term, but anyways, it's what you hear in Kathmandu a lot, and it's typical that a guy and a girl, or several guys and several girls, sing in first the guys, then the girls, then the guys, then the girls, like in a dialogue with each other, and it's always often about flirting. You know, it's has a very upbeat, and there is the sweetness that I've been talking, upbeat, sweet way of flirting. It's like you don't find that anywhere else. I've never found that anywhere else. That way of very sweet flirting, very sweet. It has this very sweet flow of something. Really like it. Yeah. It's very, and okay, we're here for the language. At least want to give you a little. I thought, I mean, it's a bit. Still, I'm gonna do it. No, let's do the Resam phiriri. Okay, I know you probably know that it's one of the most famous, very famous local geet, and geet means song. And Resam phiriri is I don't know exactly the reason, but it's somehow also very popular with trekkers, like, and tourists, and I don't know. It's one of the early songs that I learned. Resam phiriri Resam phiriri, resam phiriri, ude zau ki dadama banzang, resam phiriri. Okay, resam phiriri. Oh God, and now I can't translate it. Resam phiriri. Okay, resam means silk, and phiriri. I think this is a ono. It starts with ono, like a word that expresses by the sound of how something looks like. So resam phiriri is shaking sylph. Sylph. These they are hand characters, okay, and they're made of silk and they're shaking in the wind or whatever, most likely not by hand but in the wind, huh? But they're like shaking. It's like this phiriri. Can you hear it? Describes this movement. Phiriri, phiriri. Resam phiriri, resam phiriri. Udera zau ki dadama banzang, resam phiriri. Okay, udera zau ki. Udera is a verb and comes from the infinitive udnu. Udera is a participle or an adverb, but we had that before. That's why I'm laughing. And it means udnu means to fly, flying, and udera there is no equivalent in English, so you can best translate it literally flying. Take the present participle from English, flying. Udera zau ki means zau is also a verb. Comes from zanu, to go. Zau is the optative. Oh, bless my linguistic education. The optative. How? Stuff that I know. So it's the optative, meaning it's literally translated in English means may I go or let us go. It contains the option of going. In form, it's not, you can't, like, kind of a rhetorical question. And ki means or, and in this context, these three words, udera zau ki, shall I or shall we go flying? What you think, like this ki means things like or shouldn't we? You know, the English, isn't it? Like ki. Udera zau ki? Dadama banzang. Oh God. Bhagwan. What have I done? Dadama? Dada. Dada. Dada is the hills. You have the pahad, the hills or the mountains, the hima. And Dada is, what do you call it in English? The rim? Like the rim? I think it's called rim. I'll look it up later. If that's wrong, I'll add an annotation. The rim. Dada, ma is, I explained that earlier. Ma means at or on or in. On the rim. Dada ma banzang. Oh, damn it. I don't know what banzang means. Okay, now you have to give me a second. I'll cut this later or whatever. Oh, banzang. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Now you actually had a chance to observe me. Banzang means pass, mountain pass. So makes sense. Darama banzang, the rims and the passes. Bujo? Darama banzang. Okay, bus. Itna hi. Thing is, I've been speaking a lot of Hindi lately, so don't mind me. If you don't understand and I don't translate, just take it as Hindi and ignore it. Okay, TikTok, यति नै हो. कति खराब छ मेरो. त्यसले मलाई त मान्छे भागिहाल्छ यस्तो सुनेपछि. People will run away, they will leave me, my subscribers will leave me when they watch this video. But This is who I am. This is who I am. Namaskar, namaste. Yeah. Always very much recommend you guys who's really learning Nepali, read the comments of other people that comment below the video, because there are a lot of Nepali who watch this video and who correct me or add on when I did something wrong or when it wasn't specific enough what I explained. So you can actually also learn a lot from the comments in the section below. So and thank you a lot for those comments. धन्यवाद ल यति नै आजको लागि अरू केही छैन जस्तो लाग्यो हैन त्यति यस्तो खराब भएछ आज है ए शब्द थाहा नभएर कस्तो नराम्रो भयो मलाई ल हस् भयो केही दुःख पनि लागेन होला आशा छ अर्को पालो भेटिन्छ Namaskar. Click, click, click. Where is the click? Where is the switch? Here it is.